Welcome, welcome back. Talk the plank. We are back, and we are starting this one off hot tonight, man. It is about 11:30 at night when I'm recording this. I can't do it tomorrow because I have a wedding to go to. Shout out Nikisha and Andrew. First things first, we got to talk about the Browns game, man. We didn't talk about it the other day, and for good reason, because I was not in the right state of mind to go over that shit, man. That was an atrocious performance by our Tampa Bay Buccaneers, man. I'm still not over that loss, man. What the hell happened up there in Cleveland, man? Well, if you remember from the last episode, I warned that was not going to be an easy game. We were not going to be given anything. We were going to have our time of possession really challenged by the Cleveland Browns because they are a good running team. And that's exactly what happened. We had multiple possessions where we couldn't move the ball. And because of it, our defense had to fight for their fucking lives out there to keep us in that game. Now, there is plenty of blame to go around, and it starts at the top with the coaching. And honestly, I feel like Paulie from Goodfellas, man, in the end where Henry Hill comes to him, man, he's trying to oh, I'm so sorry. And then he says, you know what you did? You made me look like a fucking jerk. And that's exactly what Todd Bowles did to me. Because on that last episode, I came in here praising that man for in the current series when he went on there and he was talking about accountability and how we need to have shit going where everybody needs to step up, be responsible for what you can control, and not just get in there and talk to each other. Let the communication flow. Let this team gel by really just picking everybody up. And what did we see out of the head coach this week? He comes into the press conferences this week and it's a joke. The excuses he made for how the team performed down the stretch, how he performed down the stretch, coaching that team at the end of the game. You can't make this shit up. They asked him why didn't you take a timeout? As the game was drawn to a close, you could have really went for that field goal if you went for it on 4th and 2. And he says, well, there was a chance that Tom Brady would have thrown an interception. This man's got 400 something attempts this season, and he's only thrown two. I'm no mathematician, but I know that percentage is really, really, really low for him throwing an interception. And when I was watching that game, I was very, very fed up. If you were following me on Twitter, you saw how upset I was. And I took it out on Tom Brady. And rightfully so. He missed a lot of throws that game. But I'm not gonna put that on Mike Evans for those overthrows that he was doing to Mike Evans. That's on the quarterback, man. The quarterback's got to get on the same page with the wide receiver. The wide receiver's got to get on the same page with him too. But that's really on the quarterback. Has to hit his man in stride. He knows that Mike is dealing with injury right now, man. He's got a bum ankle right now, and he's also dealing with some cracked ribs that he's got, that he took that shot in that Los Angeles game. He's still not healthy. And all y'all be making excuses for Gronkowski last year for having broken ribs. Why are we not doing the same for Mike Evans? I've seen plenty of you out there that are criticizing Mike Evans' effort. Are you kidding me, man? This man lays it all on the field every single week for this team, and he has for the past 8 years. 9 going into this year. Come on, man. You cannot question Mike Evans' heart and hustle, man. That is not what the problem with this team is right now. The problem is that nobody is on the same page, and the coaching is not changing anything. We got to get creative out there because we're 5-6 right now, man. And I didn't want this to turn into a really big tangent about the Cleveland game, but we need to discuss it a little bit because we got a big one coming up on Monday night. against the New Orleans Saints, man. And you know we hate them. We hate them with a passion. You know, we go around, we that. But we got to show it, man. We got to show. I do not want to have another repeat of last year where they come into our house and we lose 9-0. That's unacceptable. That was last year. I thought we put that shit behind us. But the way that we've been playing, it might seem like that might happen again. Now, luckily, both teams are pretty banged up right now. So it's kind of just going to come down to who makes the least amount of mistakes in that game. But the way we've been playing, I don't have a lot of confidence that that's going to be us that makes less mistakes in that game. You know, going back to Cleveland, like, had we closed that game out, we would have Tristan Wirfs for this game. Now we don't. Now we got Josh Wells out there, and he's got to go up against Cam Jordan, who loves to wreck a game against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I don't know what it is about that man. Plays subpar most of the year, last year, and then he comes into Tampa and he just decides, oh, you know what? I'm going to actually have a game. I'm going to prove that, you know, I'm probably going to be a Hall of Famer someday. And I don't want that happening again. But Josh Wells has his work cut out for him on Monday night against Cam Jordan. Now, we might have caught a lucky break where Marshawn Lattimore might not be playing. He is questionable for that game. And Mike is hurt too. So that was really going to come down to who can really tough it out in that game. I'm not saying that Marshawn's not going to play. He might. But we can't look at that matchup as the key matchup of this game. This matchup is going to be how well the New Orleans Saints can attack Tom Brady off the edge. And then when we go on defense, more than ever, now that we're down multiple safeties, Antoine Winfield Jr., he's got a high ankle sprain, man. He's not going to play. I don't know who thinks he's going to play, but he's not going to play. All right? I'll be shocked if he's out there. All right? Mike Edwards Jr. has a hamstring injury. He's not going to be out there either because, you know, he's doubtful. I'm looking at it right here. Barely practiced. And, you know, like, we got injuries all over this roster right now. But so do they. Ryan Ramczyk's hurt. Right tackle for the Saints. They got a couple other linemen that are hurt. But really, we need to focus on attacking Andy Dalton. I don't think we see Jameis unless, like, something drastic happens in this game. Because for whatever reason, Dennis Allen thinks that Andy Dalton gives them a better chance to win. Now, I don't know about that one. Because I haven't seen anything out of the Saints lately that's been saying that Andy Dalton's that guy. You know, and I do think Jameis Winston is the better quarterback at this stage in their career. But they don't trust him, especially after the last time we saw him, how he performed against us. You know, Mike Edwards, he took one to the house. You know, Jamel Dean picked him off twice. But it's not a guarantee that we're gonna repeat that performance against Andy Dalton's a different quarterback. Like, we've struggled against the Trevor Siemians and the Taysom Hills. Taysom Hill, another guy, man. He's gonna be out there. Expect to see him a lot this game. They're gonna feature him a lot, probably in the Wildcat. They'll probably use him at tight end some too. Like, that guy, although we did stop him week 2, I don't expect to do it twice. We always struggle against that guy for whatever reason. The coaching never gets it in their head that this man is going to take the ball and he is going to run. He's not going to pass it. He's going to run with the ball. He's going to try to run with the ball. But, you know, our pass rush has been non-existent this season, with or without Shaq Barrett. You know, JTS, he's been overcommitting to his man, like his assignment, you know, and he came back to bite us against the Browns, man, because he's over pursuing. You know, he's not wrapping up the quarterback the way they should be. And, you know, like a lot of quarterbacks have gotten away from that are mobile. Andy Dalton's not going to be that mobile guy, but like, have we seen anything out of JTS that says that he's going to absolutely stop Andy Dalton and get him on the ground? No, we haven't seen that. The only way we've really been getting pressure is we've been having all these blitz that go well in our favor. And I don't want to depend on that because, if we don't have two safeties back there, then Andy Dalton can still air it out a little bit, man. Like I'm not expecting it, but like you look at playmakers like Chris Olave, who's going to be out there, like he can burn a Jamel Dean, he can burn a Carlton Davis, whoever draws the assignment, and get over the top of the defense. Like, I don't want to chance that with some backup safeties out there if we're not going to have Antoine Winfield Jr. and Mike Edwards. So there's a lot of challenges going into this game. We had a lot of challenges going into the Cleveland game, and that was a 3-7 team. For whatever reason, we keep playing down to the level of our opponent, man, and we can't keep doing this shit, man. It is too late in the season. Yes, we're still in first place. Yes, the Falcons lost last week. Yes, everybody else, seems to be losing the days that we lose. But still, I mean, we're not that far ahead of the Falcons. It's like a game and a half. If we go into Atlanta at the end of the year and we lose that game, we could possibly lose our playoff spot by losing to them. We cannot allow for this, man. We have to win all of our NFC games, all of them. And it's going to be really, really hard because we still have the 49ers coming up in a couple of weeks too. Tristan Wirfs is going to be out at least 4 weeks starting this week. And in that time, we got New Orleans coming into town for Monday Night Football. That's going to be a short week coming into, we got to go to San Francisco. So we got to travel all the way across the country to go to San Francisco, play them. One of the hottest defenses in the league right now, man. And honestly, we're probably going to get our ass kicked in that game unless something changes. And this offense is just not imaginative. There's nothing that we're changing up. Like, we saw that it's possible to do it when we went to Germany. And that's when I thought that, we flipped the switch and we're going to see some improvement out of this team. And we're going to see something that, we haven't seen all year, where halftime adjustments are going to be made, where this team is going to say, you know what, this play is not working. We're going to take it out for the second half. We're going to try something else. But no, it's the same thing that we've been seeing all year, man. And that's, we're going to run the ball on first down. We're going to throw a screen pass on second down. Then we're going to be in third and long. We're going to try to air it out. And that's not going to work either. Either that or we get penalized when we do try to convert a third down like we did in Cleveland. Rachaad White has that awesome run and it's negated by a penalty. Donovan Smith, man, like, come on. Like, this team has got to be better. It is too talented to keep shooting ourselves in the foot the way that we have. If we do that against New Orleans, we're going to lose. For whatever reason, this team just, it doesn't matter if we got a better roster. It doesn't matter if we got better coaching in last year's case with Bruce Arians. But we don't have Bruce Arians no more. We still have a good roster, but we gotta have some sense of urgency, and we gotta go in there and we gotta try to kick ass. And we're not doing that right now, man. So we gotta make some adjustments. Really. I think Leonard Fournette's gonna play. I don't want him starting because he's still a little hampered with that hip injury. So we gotta start Rachaad White again. Who he starts off hot. Don't get me wrong. Like, this man looked good in that Cleveland game in the first half. Like, he looked like, damn, why haven't we been starting this guy all year? But in that second half, they made adjustments. Things we're not doing. And they kind of shut him down a little bit until that last, like, really good run that he had that got negated because of a penalty. So I want to see us coming into this game and really try to adjust and really go in there with a game plan. And yes, you're going to script it when you start out the game. Yes, first 2 series of the game are probably scripted. Yes. Hopefully they work out, and hopefully we can jump on the board right away and score some points, because we're not going to hold the New Orleans Saints to 0 points in this game. I don't know who's expecting that we are, but we got too many injuries. It's not going to happen. All right. So chances are Chris Olave is going to bust off a few good plays. They still got Alvin Kamara, who's going to bust off a few good plays. Taysom Hill, Juwan Johnson's probably not playing, and he's been all right at tight end. And Jarvis Landry was sick, but I think he's going to play. So they got playmakers too. They get paid too to play this game at a high level. And although it's not translating to wins and losses for them either, this is a team we cannot sleep on, and we should never sleep on, because that is a heated rivalry. And home field advantage hasn't been home field advantage this year. It's not like last year we only lost that one game to the Saints last year, and the Rams in the playoffs. But this year, man, like, we are struggling at home for whatever reason. And I need to see us do better. Like, I feel like we preach this every week. Like, we hear it in the press conferences we need to do better. We need to do better. We need to do better. Ty Bowles is wearing me out with that shit, man. Every week it's the same thing. Oh, well, they made some plays, and like they did this and that, and we should have been out there. No, Todd, the defense is playing great, man. You got to get on that offense's ass right now. You got to get in Byron Leftwich's ear, and you got to chew him out, because we're not changing this up at all, man. Whatever you guys are going over in the meetings, it's not translating to Sunday. You need to change it up. Either that, or let Tom Brady run his offense that he wants to run. Like, it feels, if Sammer said it earlier this week, he said it feels like Tom Brady doesn't want to step on Byron Leftwich's toes. Tom Brady needs to curb stomp Byron Leftwich's toes right now and say, no, that's a dumb play. We're going to take that out this week. This is what we're going to do. He needs to take over. The guy is the greatest of all time. I want to see this man take charge of the offense like he did the year we went to the Super Bowl. When we went to the Super Bowl, Tom took over. He said, nah, Bruce, I don't like that play. We're going to take that out. That out route that keeps getting picked off early in the season, we're going to get rid of that. We're going to start doing this. Like, it's like simple things. Like, you can get Scotty Miller out there to clear space, to just have him run a go route, man. Just have the defense lock in and say, oh, man, we can't let Scotty Miller beat us deep. Have them draw back, and then you run, a Chris Godwin across the field, a Mike Evans across the field. Do a short curl one time with Mike Evans. We saw this was work his whole career. One of the best I've ever seen at just a short curl and drawing contact and plowing through guys, man. Like, that's a big target. And we're not utilizing him right. Like, he's hampered by injury right now, and it's obvious. And we're having him run go routes, the routes that Scotty Miller should be running. Chris Godwin came on strong last week in Cleveland. He was open the whole game over the middle. We need to go back to that. Hit that man. That man is our playmaker right there. If Mike can't be our number one because he's hurt, make Chris Godwin the number one. Like, this isn't hard. And, there's just little things like that. The screen passes are not working at all this year. Aside from maybe like a bubble screen to Chris Godwin that he's been able to work out, or Rachaad White every once in a while, the screen pass hasn't worked at all. And I don't know why we keep going back to it. So change that up too, man. It's like, you're a professional coach. You get paid to come up with a game plan. Why do you not see the things that aren't working? Why do you not see the things that are working? Like the play action pass, the hurry up offense, These are two things that Tom Brady is executing extremely well this year. The offense itself is working very well. You know, we got a couple of rookies in the starting lineup, like Cade Otton and Rachaad White. And we had Luke Gedeke earlier this year. But, you know, Nick Leverett came in and he's been playing his ass off at left guard. And, you know, it can all come together. There have been good signs of things that do work for the personnel and the offense that we have right now. But we're not utilizing it for whatever reason, man. So, like, change it up. Stop making your fans go insane watching you repeat the same mistakes that don't work every single week. Like, this is ridiculous. Like, we are 5-6 right now. We are under 500. We are lucky to be in first place right now. If our division wasn't as atrocious as it is, there'd be no shot at the playoffs. And we're squandering everything. So let's make some adjustments this week. Let's get out there Monday night when I have to drive all the way to Tampa in rush hour traffic, leaving after work. Do not make me regret this trip, man. Come on, man. Let's get out there and let's kick the fucking Saints' ass, man. I ain't gonna stand for it no more. Like, I'm not making passes anymore for this team. Like, I love this team. I love them so much. That's why I bash my head against the wall for them right now, man. Like, let's make these adjustments. Let's go in there in our house and defend it. And that's all I got this week, guys. Like, honestly, like, I can't express how much we need this win. We need to win every single NFC South matchup the rest of the year. And we got 3 left. It starts with New Orleans on Monday. We got Carolina coming into town. And then the last game of the season, we got to go up to Atlanta. And we need to win. At worst, we need to go 2-1. Anything worse than that, we're not winning this division. So let's do it. Strap it up. Get out there. Kick some ass. Let's play our game. And let's change it. Let's change this season because you can still win the Super Bowl if you just get into the playoffs. Make the playoffs. Final drive. Let's go.